What are you doing? What is going on?
I just figured out.
Did you have coffee with your oatmeal this morning?
I just figured, I'll start off a little something different today,
Wow. I was like, what is he? Welcome, everybody, to NYNB podcast with your sane host, Kevin Hurt, and the other guy who's had way too much oatmeal. Woo! Brian Sherrod.
What is going on, Kevin Hurt?
Did you have a 5 hour, a 10 hour, an 8 hour or something this morning? What is going on?
Dude, I have energy, man.
Hey, it's in the morning, though. This isn't like, I don't know, midnight. Like, I'm confused.
Dude, I don't know what it is. I'm bringing it
like our 7 o'clock shows when you're like falling asleep. Then again, now you've been up since like 3. So.
Oh man.
Welcome everybody. Go ahead.
No, I said I'm just pumped to talk about all this stuff, man.
Yeah, we have a bunch of stuff, and we got to make it quick. But we will definitely have everything in there. We got to cut some things short, but we'll definitely make it happen. But thank you everybody for tuning in. We're on StreamYard and of course YouTube. Of course, you can find us. I've been tweeting all week on the Twitter machine for the Olympics. So you can find us there, NYNMD Podcast. We're also on Facebook and IG. And, of course, you can download us and just listen to the audio on Google, on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, and Spreaker apps. Wherever you find podcasts, you will find NYNMD Podcast. And that light is extra bright today. What is going on?
I got a text from Rudy who tells me that the Ravens training camp practice is currently on NFL Network right now. So if you want to go change that channel back there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's on NFL Network?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you're going to do it? Oh.
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, wait a minute, what's going on?
No, I'm not. I'm actually not going to go do it. No.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I really
never go do something like that. I wouldn't change it if it was the WFT practice. I don't want to see practice. I don't curl.
Oh, you're just salty because of that practice we had, joint practice or scrimmage we had with the Washington football team about 10, 12 years ago.
Like 15. Almost a long time ago now.
Yeah.
I still was front page of the newspaper. I'm still salty about that. I'm just like, why is this on the front page? Oh, we killed them during the practice. But I mean, from you guys' standpoint, I get it. Being, so proximity, you want to have a rivalry, even though we don't consider it.
Here we go.
No, we don't. But I mean, I know how you guys in DC and when you going, you're in, your school's in PG, so I get the clash. So at first it was just like, this is so annoying, like the dude on the train said after Redskins. Like, I was like, this team that came out of your mouth. Like, I wasn't understand. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still want to punch a guy now. I'm not saying anything different, but I didn't understand why Washington would be the first team out of somebody's mouth. But I get it because of all the stuff that Washington tried to prevent you guys from getting a team.
Thank you. Okay. All right. I was about to say, I thought I explained this to you, dude.
Yeah.
You may not see us as a rival or whatever, but no.
No, but I get why. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I totally, yeah.
Okay. All right.
No.
I was about to say, man, I didn't know we was going here, but man, we about to.
No, but I remember because you had to tell me because I was just like, I didn't get it.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't really get it. But that dude was young. Like, he probably didn't even know about that stuff, but whatever. But either way.
It's just that hate is just kind of, passed on from generation to generation. Hurt.
True, yeah. And well, for him, his stupidity and his liquid courage. But he got pushed down later, so that's what happens.
Yeah.
Exactly what happens. So.
Oh man, Hurt, where do we start, man? We have a ton to talk about, man.
Well, first thing I do want to start off with something that we didn't do the last 2 weeks, which is my fault. Because you wanted to start off one show with it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to save it at the end because we could have the end, but that's the passing of Biz Markie.
Yeah.
And I left that out the last 2 shows, which is all on me because I like saving that stuff for last because I really wanted to sing You got what I need. But maybe we just need to do it when you remember it. So, but yeah, the loss, losing a legend, complications from diabetes. Again, growing up in hip hop, man, that guy was so integral in a lot of people's success, and later on DJing, and he used to end his shows with that cheer song too. So which I didn't know. Then Nas shared it on his Instagram. That's why I have it in my head. Where everybody knows your name. I mean,
oh, okay. I didn't know that.
So that was so cool. But yeah, I mean, yes, hope nothing but peace and love to him and his family and all his fans, including us. And just losing a legend isn't fun. But we do remember all the great music that he made, and he was like a human beatbox thing. It wasn't like a Dougie Fresh, but it was like he was such a different dude. It's almost like how Busta Rhymes is.
Yeah.
Like someone who's just kind of like in their own category. Biz was in his own category.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And man, it's like, and it's good to see that those old schoolers, you know what I'm saying, OGs still have the impact. You know what I'm saying, even in today, and it's just like you said, it's just sad to see him go, and we're losing hip hop legends of royalty, man. It's just sad, man. Yep. But rest in peace, man, and you'll never be forgotten.
All right, so now we got all that out, and talking about hip hop. I want to talk about something that's been going on for the past couple weeks.
Okay.
And no, it's not the Olympics. It's this destruction of the NCAA football. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So the SEC is formerly, Oklahoma and Texas, two rivals who supposedly hate each other, but can't seem to live without each other. It's kind of like Washington and Dallas. Like we have to be
right.
Time zones that we have to be in the same division because we just don't like each other. And they have sent out a letter to the Big 12 that they intend to leave. Now, this is supposed to happen, I guess, 2025 or buyouts or something like that, maybe. Probably sooner, to be honest. So the SEC, they met, they overwhelmingly sent out an invitation to them. And Oklahoma and Texas accepted. So this is the end of the Big 12. And then there's been debates about, what's going to happen to the rest of the schools in the Big 12? And I'm like, no one wants them. And people are like, the Pac-12. Well, why did the Pac-12 want to do flying to Oklahoma? Why would they want to go to Kansas? Why would they want to go to Baylor? Why would I want to go to Texas Tech? And then none of those teams, zero, from Oregon to Washington to Arizona State, ain't none of them, zero. Colorado want to fly to West Virginia. So,
here's what I heard. I don't know if you heard this, but I heard the ACC might be trying to recruit UCLA, USC, and I forgot the other team. It was 3 teams that want to try to recruit to the ACC. Yep. I was like, what? What are we talking about here? Like,
because it would be the APCC.
Yeah.
Atlantic Coast Conference.
Yeah.
You know why they would invite USC?
Well, they said, from what I heard, they said because they want Notre Dame to be all in. Yeah.
That would get Notre Dame in. Them and USC have a rivalry. And you want to get Notre Dame, you'll get USC. But again, you flying from Miami? I mean, I'm going to be wrong. I'm sure the way things go, the way they can schedule things, it can be a little bit weird. But you're not taking teams out of the Pac-12, and but you have to bring UCLA if USC goes. It's like everything's a package deal.
Yeah,
unless you're a team like Texas A&M who wanted to get out of the shadow, but they're a big enough program. That's why they left for the SEC. Now they're going to be overshadowed again, and back to where they were. But I mean, they still have the thing is, at least they still have a foothold in that conference, and they have some. They've been there for 10 years now, I think. So at least they have some stability within their conference. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because everything else, Texas, they would usually just tag along with Texas and all the other leagues, and Texas was always the big dog. The Texas isn't going to be the big dog in SEC.
No.
Not in football, not basketball, not baseball. So it's going to be a whole different playing field for them.
So you shot us an interesting text earlier this week, and it was, in this new climate of college football, what moves should the Big Ten, Pac-12, and ACC make? And I texted you back like, dude, I had no idea. Like, I don't know where college football is going. I don't know. Dude, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, are we on the brink of the super conferences? You know what I mean?
Now, to think about it, the Big 12 is now rendered. It's not even on life support to me.
Yeah,
I think it's gone.
It's done.
So I don't care if you want to add a Houston. I don't care if you want to add. I can't even think of another team or whoever. Because there's certain teams that, not to sound mean, that nobody really wants. Like, I don't know, TCU, like West Virginia. Like, West Virginia should be an ACC type school, but academically they're not. And so the ACC has always overlooked West Virginia, and they will now because they bring a state, but they don't bring anything.
Yeah.
Of
what are they bringing to the table? Yeah, they're not really bringing anything to the table.
Yeah, so it's like I know they're sitting there like, what are we gonna do? And I know all the Big 12 like having a meeting, but I know Oklahoma State's like, we're Oklahoma State. Maybe we can get in the Pac-12. Kansas, like, we still have our basketball program. Anybody want our basketball program? You know what I mean? Who wants Kansas State? Who wants Iowa State? The Big Ten already has the state of Iowa.
Yeah.
Why would you add Iowa State? I would be like, nah, we're good. We don't need no Cyclones. We're straight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no need. In the Big Ten already has 14 teams. If you added 2, who would you add? The only reason you would ever add Kansas is just basketball. Like, everything else they have is terrible.
Yeah.
And that would be the only reason. And yes, it would be cool seeing Kansas basketball in a conference game at Michigan or at Maryland or at because of their blueprint of their basketball. But who wants to go to Lawrence for Ohio State to kill them 56-3 in football?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like Wisconsin to beat them 75-10. I don't want to see that. So. But yes, basketball would be the only Bill Self can sell that team, but the rest of the sports can't sell that team. Who else? Baylor? Nobody wants Baylor.
Nah.
I mean, yeah, they just won the NCAA tournament. I mean, they have a great program. It's still not happening. Texas Tech, bleh. Bleh. That's all I can think of when I think of Tech, bleh. TCU's bleh. And so they're like, all those teams are just stuck unless somebody comes and rescue them. If I was them, I wouldn't even know what to do. But I feel like this is going to be eventually a 32 team. They're going to probably have divisions and come up with conferences. Honestly, that's the only thing to me that makes sense. And they're going to just play each other. And we're not going to get the Appalachian State Michigan games anymore. We're going to get just big football team conference games. And maybe it could just be just the football programs and not separate everything else. Maybe, I don't know. So, but I think this is it. Because every other league now, there's the 3 teams that make the most. The 3 leagues that make the most money: SEC, Big Ten, and ACC. When it comes to football, the Pac-12 just does it because they're so far that way. They don't get anything on the East Coast.
Yeah,
nothing. So, but if you're the ACC, you don't want any of those Big 10, 12 teams. But you got to do something because the SEC is really in your territory, and you're being overran. So, do you try to poach from the SEC? You try to get South Carolina. You try to, like I said, if you're smart, you try to you go to Notre Dame and be like, what? Listen, you have your own television show. Last year, it worked. They were in the ACC due to the pandemic. They played the ACC schedule. They had ACC written on their thing. You'd be like, it worked. I know it was a one-time thing for you guys, but what if we added USC? How would you feel? What if USC was like, damn, we could play Notre Dame, we could play Miami, because they could play an East Coast schedule in some cases and be on TV primetime, East Coast. And their blueprint will be bigger going across the country. I'm sure USC would like, well, UCLA has to go with us. And we add Notre Dame. And you said, what other school did you say?
It was another school. I can't remember what it was.
But are you, just leaving Cal and Stanford? I mean, Cal and Stanford are also California schools, but UCLA, USC have to go. You take Oregon.
Yeah, it might have been Oregon. I can't. Yeah, I think that's what the other team was.
But so it's like but it's going to eventually happen. I just feel like it's going to happen that Alabama is going to be playing USC, and it's going to be this one big conference, and maybe set up in divisions. Like NC, it's going to be almost like a pro football model, I believe. So and then everybody can get their playoff and be happy. So,
well, you know what? I'm just going to sit back and see how this all takes place. I think it's cool that the landscape of college athletics is changing. Maybe because I'm not I haven't been into college football, my whole life, you know what I mean? And I'm not an avid college football watcher. So to me, all this change is interesting. Whereas for purists, I could see why it could be kind of yeah. So
all right, let's move on to something a little bit more uplifting and fun.
Okay. All right. Good, because that brings me to my question. What's going on in the Olympics right now, Hurt?
Well, we are dominating swimming. I mean, Ledecky, she has 4 gold medals, I think.
Oh, she has 4 now?
3 or 4.
Oh, wow. Okay.
She has a lot.
Because I know she started off slow. I think she got a silver.
She got to 1,500.
Okay.
I think she came in second in the 800. Because Titmus from Australia, she's good. She's really good. But I think Katie Ledecky, I think, has the most medals now, I think, of any woman. So she's definitely up there. I'm trying to.
Maryland's own Katie Ledecky.
Bethesda.
Yeah.
From Bethesda, but no, she's doing great. And Caleb Dressel is just killing it. He won the 50. He's got 5 gold medals.
Okay.
In one Olympics, so he's tied with Phelps.
He lost to a Russian in one event though.
Yeah, but that wasn't his strongest event. I forgot what it was. But yeah, he did lose to a Russian Olympic Committee member.
Yeah.
But
which is like if you suspect to me, man.
Oh, of course. I mean, I forgot what somebody actually said. I don't know if it was a swimmer or someone, but someone actually said, "Why are they here?"
Right.
But yeah. So.
Oh, so somebody even said that.
Oh yeah, but a lot of USA. Is it Lily King? Who was it? Yes, American swimmer Lily King implies Russians should not be here at the Olympics because of doping.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, and I agree. And even Ryan Murphy said the same thing. So I mean, but they're Americans saying it. No one else has to.
Right.
Oh, it could just be other people saying it, but it's just being reported because we're here in the country. Yeah. But we're doing great there. What else? It's just been fun watching everything from mountain biking to BMX to what's that thing called?
My favorite event.
Skateboarding to rowing.
Well, I told you what my favorite event is.
Handball.
Equestrian dressage.
Oh yeah, dude. But by the way, did you see Snoop and Kevin Hart talking about it?
No,
so it's on Peacock.
Okay,
we have Snoop and Kevin Hart talking about the Olympics.
Yo, first of all, Snoop is awesome as a commentator, man.
Oh, dude, this is gold.
Oh, I gotta check this out. Oh.
This is a gold medal for NBC.
Okay, all right.
It really is.
Please remind me after the show to check them
Oh,
out.
dude, yeah, I just gotta send you a clip, man. Now it is for adults only.
Of course.
Yeah, but dude, the way that Snoop and Kevin were describing the horse dancing, you have to hear. That was
Yo, it's amazing, yo. I still don't understand how you train a horse to do that. Man. It's
dude, and I don't forget that. How did they get on a plane?
here we go again. Here we
I still haven't got a solution.
Here we go. They're still trying to figure this out.
Dude, how did you it's hard to get horses in a stall for a race. You know how those horses are they're not trying to even at the Preakness, at the Kentucky Derby, you know, the one in New York, which I keep forgetting, Belmont. They don't like even getting in that. How do you get them on how the hell do you talk them and get them on a plane?
I know, man.
Seriously, I don't forget. Anyway,
all right.
I'm still perplexed.
How did you like the Jamaican sweep yesterday?
Next.
Come on, man. I had to throw that in for the doc. You know what I'm saying?
No, which was why she's not on. Because she doesn't know about it yet. Because I would have heard about it. So she's not. I'm not.
Oh, really? Because I was sure she was lighting up.
No, I was thinking about ruining it for her and sending it to her yesterday morning when it happened. Because the race was early in the morning. So I wanted to send it to her, be like, you may want to watch this later. I know you're gonna rub it in, but you know, here it is anyway. But yeah, so I'm not talking.
That is crazy.
We're only talking about American athletes here, buddy. Okay, this is America's show. This is America's Olympic show.
All right, man. Look. We talk the facts here on the NYMD.
We talk the fact we talk about Americans and Olympics on this show. Okay, so the USA team.
Okay. Well, let's talk about an American
basketball team.
Hold on, let's talk about an American real quick who got her record broken, unfortunately, yesterday. Flojo, man. That was a 33-year-old record by like 100th of a second. That's crazy. That's crazy. What?
So, moving on.
All right, man.
The Olympic medal count.
Oh, I think we're tied with China now.
Yeah, they were surging ahead, man. They were killing us in like diving and stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, the last time I checked, when I checked yesterday, we were tied. They had more goals than us, but we were tied with the medal count was even. I don't know what it is.
So overall medal count currently, we are at 57.
Okay.
They're at 50.
Oh, all right. Awesome.
And the Rock, as I call them, the Russian Olympic Committee,
the Rock
is at 42. So yeah, so we're in gold medals. They have 23. We have 20.
Okay.
So, but we lead in silver and the bronze.
Okay. So, what events are left? Are you looking forward to?
Basketball.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that the men's basketball team is going to win. There's so many good teams out there with so many NBA stars on them. You know, Slovenia has Luka, and they have a good team. And Japan has Hachimura. The Wizards own Hachimura. So it's a lot of really good, tough teams that they're going to have. Now, if they play at their absolute peak, of course. But they haven't played that way yet. They struggled against France. And in the Olympics, it's 5 fouls, not 6. It's like when the Big East used to join the NCAA tournament, and their main guys would foul out in like 4 minutes against those ACC schools. So that's a difference too. And when I look at the team, they have a lot of guys that have to do everything. Like KD led in like scoring, rebounding, and assists yesterday against I forgot who they faced, Czech Republic. And they were up by 4 only at halftime. Then they ended up blowing them out. But I really do believe this team's going to struggle. And I'm rooting for the USA, but I do not believe that this team's going to just go out there and we're going to dominate. That's not going to happen. France is still good. France is undefeated, and they beat them before. All these teams are good, and they have real NBA players. Australia's good, and they got your boy Dellavedova. Of course, they got Patty Mills. They have NBA players. Spain has the Gasol brothers, and who, by the way, play a position that USA is weak in. Who's playing center?
Yeah. Yeah.
They were like they got Bam, in there. But if Bam gets in foul trouble, JaVale McGee comes in. And now the story of JaVale McGee is great because the dude actually has a chance to be the first mother-son gold medal Olympics in the same sport. His mom, Pam, won a gold medal with the USA women's team back in '84.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. I didn't know that. I learned that when I was watching the game the other day. I was like, oh, that's cool. So I'm just like, hey, Mom, it's magic going home with Bob. And then you got matching gold medals, dude. Nobody can eat. That's the best mom. I listen, not even, we're close to our moms. We couldn't top that. So, it's that would be an awesome, mom son moment.
I have a confession. Well, first of all, before I get into my confession, I just
know what your confession is. Okay.
You do?
Yes.
No, you don't. I don't think so. Oh, wait, hold on. But maybe you do. Maybe you do. First of all, I was going to say, I think U.S. is going to pull it out. I think they're going to pull it out. I don't think it's going to be easy, but they're going to get a gold. But what do you think my confession is?
That you, either haven't watched half the Olympics, except for the horses, maybe, or that, something that you don't care about.
I don't care about Olympic basketball.
I was like, I knew I wanted to.
Yeah, my confession is I have never watched a single game of men's Olympic basketball.
Okay.
And that goes back to Dream Team and all that stuff. My feelings on I just feel like we're the best. Like, what's there to prove? To me, there's nothing to prove. Like, even if they win a gold, that's what they're supposed to do. It's like,
what if they don't?
If they don't, it was just a bad day.
I don't believe that. I feel like
I do. Dude,
unless we
can touch us in basketball ever, okay? No one can touch us in basketball, dude. So it's
I don't agree with it.
Okay, well,
I feel like when I look at this team, and they have all stars on this team, right? Dame Lillard's playing. They got KD's the best player on the team. Draymond's there. You got two champions there in Middleton and Holiday. Devin Booker's there. The other dude from the Celtics.
Hurt.
Anyway, you have guys that are there, but it's like, to me, the reason I like watching Olympics, if like guys play a different way than they would if they're playing the NBA. You know what I mean? Like, they're the guy on their team. And you're allocating to a KD. You're allocating to Dame Lillard. You know what I mean? Like, it's a little bit selflessness and the bonding between them. I like seeing, especially like this team. This team's like weird. Like, they really haven't been together. Watching them play, they're still so disjointed a lot of times. But I'm really. And can KD lead this team to a goal? Honestly,
it doesn't matter. You know why? Because the United States has the best basketball players in the world. The bottom line is this.
It's true.
Hold on, real quick. The bottom line is this. At any point in time in the last, let's say 30 years, 40 years, if you were to take the best U.S. basketball players and put them up against the best players in the world, they're not beating us, dude. They're not. Point blank. They're not. If we took LeBron, like,
well, yeah,
James Harden,
yeah, I agree.
They're not beating us. So, like,
but you also need to play as a team.
I get that, Hurt, but they're not. No one in the world can beat our best. Period.
Yeah, but our best aren't at the Olympics.
Exactly. That's my point. Like, so to me, it just doesn't matter.
Are at the Olympics. That's what I'm saying. Like, their best team, Spain's best team's there. Whoever, Australia's best team's there. This isn't our best team.
I know.
Go ahead.
But see, that's why to me, Olympic basketball, to me doesn't matter. And I'm not trying. It just doesn't matter because I know, and you know, if at any point we took our best players and put up against whatever country's best players, they're not beating us, dude. They're not. So I don't care. It does, like, to me, like, I watch the Olympics to see like who's the best in the world at what they do. Basketball, no. Baseball, no. Because I scratch that on baseball. Scratch that on baseball, but basketball definitely. If we were to put up our best players against yours, they're not beating us. Period. At any point in the last 40 years, they're not going to beat us. Period. That's why Olympic basketball just doesn't matter to me. If the U.S. wins, they're supposed to. If they lose, it's whatever. Now, if you told me like when we took the dream team and the dream team lost, okay, then
but we all knew that was impossible.
You know why? Because we have the best players in the world.
Period. Yeah, but they actually had the best players in the world on that team. But now that's not just to me like the MVP the last time is from Greece. You have a runner-up MVP who's from Slovenia. There's different players across the world that are again. We lost a game. We lost to France, and nothing wasn't even close. But we looked horrible, and France beat us.
That's nice.
So to me, the story is LeBron James is old, and one day he's just going to retire.
Yeah,
soon, right?
Yeah.
And then what's left of you? What of U.S. Because the story is, remember, other countries have gotten better. Which is funny how you feel about watching the men's, how I feel about watching the women. I feel like we got this in the bag. I don't even watch, and you know how much I love the women. And the basketball team. Like I love watching Sue and basically UConn on the USA team. I don't watch their games because I feel like their games, they're going to win every game by 20.
Yeah.
This team which is funny. I feel like this team is right because I feel like there's a lot of pettiness on the team. I feel like there's a lot of issues. And I really feel like this team, and I love Popovich, but I really feel like this team is ripe to get picked off. I guess the team win another goal with an NBA star. Like, imagine if Slovenia won with Luka, how huge that would be.
I don't think you're understanding the point I'm making. The point I'm making is that the Olympics aren't indicate when it comes to basketball. The Olympics is a poor indicator of who is the best in the world at this sport.
Oh, of course, no. Especially when it comes to us. I mean, I totally agree.
Because, dude, we're not. That's why Olympic basketball doesn't matter because. We are the best. We are the best, regardless of what happens, win or lose. America has the best basketball players in the world.
I agree, but seeing us lose, like people still. I really feel like people, and I feel like it's United States arrogance. We could throw anybody out there, will win. I really feel like that's the case, and I don't think that's the case anymore.
I agree with you with that.
That's all. Yeah.
But all I'm saying is. If we take our best against anybody else's best, is no competition. I shouldn't say no. I'm being disrespectful.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. Yeah. I mean, you have LeBron, you got Chris Paul, you got KD, you got Steph. It's over.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I get that, but I go by what's there. Like for instance, you want to talk about those the sweep that happened. Our best sprinter isn't there. Our best sprinter isn't there.
Yeah. So but three still made the podium. You're talking about one.
To me, that wouldn't have happened if our girl was there, is my point.
No, I know. But I guess what I'm saying is.
Yeah, because everybody else was trash. Not dissing the one girl who made it to the finals for the Americans.
But I'm not sitting there. But I don't think America has the best sprinters in the world at any point in time.
But that's what I'm saying. She was our hope for this event.
Right.
My point, because she was that far beyond everybody else. Like she was that good to not have this happen.
Yeah.
That's all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And her not being there, I felt kind of salty seeing that. I'm like, because even watching the preliminaries, I'm like, just seeing the USA sprinters, and I'm like, these. And again, I give them. They do something I could never do. So I'm not ever belittling them or their hard work. But when I see, at a prelim, when someone's not running hard, and you're here and they're here, and they're just chilling, and you're like, and they're like, I went to the end, upon the river, on the bank, whatever, and just ease it into a win, dude. That's just. That's inflammatory to me in a way.
Yeah.
Like, this is embarrassing. Like, we got embarrassed. We lose. Don't get me wrong. It's not like we haven't won since like 20. Well, since Marion Jones, but that got kicked out. So
yeah,
Gail Devers, I think. So it's been a minute since we won in this thing.
Yeah.
But still, it's that was it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really wish he was there because this 3 thing wouldn't have happened. That's
okay. Well, man, we got a ton of more stuff to talk
about. Let's go. Move on. MLB.
Well, no, real quick, I do want to talk on the Simone Biles thing because I think this is important. I do think this is important. And my question to you is,
you're right.
Did Simone Biles do the right thing?
Yes. Without a shadow of a doubt.
Why do you feel that way?
She wasn't right. And the thing is, what you watched it live. I mean, and I know we did talk about this a little bit. You watched it live. I didn't. So all I got was breaking news coming across my phone like we started World War III or something. Like, I was like, what is going on? And my phone was just going crazy. Simone. So I was like, what's going on? Like, she bowed. I'm like, wait, what happened? So when I got home is when I actually saw that she tried to go out there with her team. And she was on a vote. And she did the vote. And again, I've watched a ton of Olympics. I really don't watch the U.S. championships. I don't watch a lot of stuff, right, during the regular thing, but I watch it during the Olympics. I've never seen someone stop in midair. and she was literally doing a twist and stopped and almost landed on her knees. It was so weird.
Yeah.
I'm like, something's wrong. Like, is she okay? What's going on? And she wasn't. And she mentally was having, whatever she's going through. And the thing is, she would have hurt that team more than she would have helped it. But she did stay there for the team all around. The U.S. ladies did get silver and stuck with them. But she has withdrawn from everything. It's not like she's going to do it individual. She's withdrawn from the floor. She withdrawn from the bars. So
to me, that said a lot because I thought she was going to withdraw from the team, maybe get her head straight. You know what I'm saying, and so that she could be right for the individual. No, when she withdrew from that, I'm like, okay, it's really a lot going on here.
Yeah,
she definitely did the right thing. Something wasn't right with her the entire Olympics. I went back and saw her floor exercise performance. I mean, like the air
bounced off.
Yeah, like dude,
and it wasn't. And to the people who were thinking that like she quit, I saw. I told you I was going at people all week.
Yeah.
It takes more strength to admit that you're weak than when you're strong.
Yeah.
And she knew at that point in time she's not herself. I'm going to hurt you guys.
Right.
I need to sit out, especially when you're a GOAT.
Right.
And like, I can't be here. I cannot help you.
Yeah.
I'll be here to support you, but I cannot compete.
Yeah, she knew something wasn't.
So much strength for that, and
she knew something was off, yo. Because the errors that she was making and stuff she never does. No. And like I told you before, I give her credit for actually coming out and saying, "Hey, I'm having a I don't want to say a mental issue, but just my mindset's not right. Something's going on. It's not physical." I credit her because she had the out. Like I told you, she had it out because when she landed off that vault, yo. She could have easily said she tweaked something in her knee because her landing was really awkward off of that vault, and she could have easily said, "Yeah, I hurt my knee," but she didn't do that, and she could have, because if she had said that hurt, I would have believed it because that landing was rough. So she had her out. She didn't take it. She told us straight up what was going on. That took a lot of courage, and I think people need to get off of her, man, because she has nothing more to prove. She knew something wasn't right. She gave an opportunity for her teammates to shine, and Suni Lee wound up winning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The all around goal, which was great. She did the right thing. We gotta stop this, man. We gotta stop this. We need to appreciate what these athletes are doing. Try to understand what they're going through, and stop being so critical. Because at the end of the day, we don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? We're looking from afar. We don't know. Stop being so critical. Just appreciate these athletes for what they do, for how they trying to perform and represent the country. And I think she represented us well. I don't care what anybody else has to
country greatly.
Yeah.
She's and there's no doubt, but people don't understand I mean, again, a lot of athletes came out and supported her. And good for her.
And her, and what would have happened, right? Let's say she continues to make errors, or she continues to make mistakes, which are unlike her. Then the narrative would have been, well, she knew, you know what I mean? If she knew something wasn't right, why did she continue to go and hurt the team? You know what I mean? It's like that would have been there. Why did she continue? So she did the right thing. Good for you, Simone Biles. This does not tarnish your legacy. I don't care what anybody says. You're still the GOAT. All right. Where you want to go to? Where you want to go to next?
MLB.
All right, man. Well, here's my question for you, because a lot went down this week, man. I want to know, what do you think? Which MLB baseball trade will have the most impact? What trades did you like? Which ones do you think are going to make the most impact?
The one to me, because it's a National League thing, is the Nationals sending the Scherzer and Trey Turner to the Dodgers, man. It's just,
yeah.
I'm not, I hate the Dodgers. But giving them, God, it's just a lot. That wouldn't hit me the hardest. We're still winning our division. We do struggle. DeGrom's out till September.
Huh?
They want to take, DeGrom's out till September. He had some inflammation.
Okay. So is this more like a precautionary thing?
More like a precaution.
Okay, good.
He felt a little something, and then he came back, pitched well, felt a little something, and they're like, all right, we're going to give you a rest. And then he had a little bit of a setback. So they're like, all right, you know what? We're just shutting you down until, September, which is fine.
Yeah.
So that, our pitching is thick because, we still don't have Thor either. So we did add Rich Hill to help us out in pitching, but we had I wanted Chris Bryant. But Chris Bryant went to the Giants. We got Javi Baez. I guess the thing that surprised me the most were teams that really decided to blow it up. I mean, blowed it up.
Yeah.
And Cubs, Nationals. I don't know what Seattle's doing.
Yeah.
I don't know why Seattle's doing it. And I don't know why you would send a dude that has 0.23 ERA or whatever from the bullpen to your division rival. That's like the Nationals giving us Scherzer.
Yeah. And then trade to get another reliever. Why? What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? But I love the fact that the Nationals are blowing it up. You know why? Because it's because of that team. Whoops. That team right there. The Orioles swept the Nationals, and they gave up. I loved it that we caused them to wave the white flag, because they still had a shot, but they was like, you know what, we're done. We're done. So I love it. The trade I low key like, that I think is going to really help.
I just didn't like Loki.
Wow. No, I actually that was good. That was good. That was worthy.
The way you said it, I low key, like I think. Yes, go ahead.
I mean, I hate it because it happened in my division to a team I don't like, but I think that Kyle Schwarber trade, man, I think that was a great move by Boston. As much as I hate that team, I thought that was a good move, man. The Yankees, to me, those moves don't matter to nothing. The Yankees always try to solve stuff with power and home runs, dude. They need pitching. They need starting pitching.
They're 7 games back of first place.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is Tampa.
Yep.
And they're not that great of a team. And like you said, they need more pitching, but the fact that, they're in third place and only a game ahead of Toronto, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like what the Yankees did. I mean, nice moves, but that's only going to take them but so far because they need pitching. So whatever, screw the Yankees. But no, but what I really like, though, honestly, Hurt, is just this action. with all these trades, all these significant trades in baseball. And this was really, if you think about it, this was made possible because baseball got rid of that stupid waiver trade deadline. Remember, they used to have the deadlines. Now it's a hard deadline. 7/31 is the deadline. There's no waiver, clearing waivers.
Because I never understood that, and it was so dumb.
It was dumb, and it made teams. It gave teams an out. You know what I'm saying? Which I don't like. So yeah, if you missed out, no, that's still a chance for you to get someone as long as somebody clear waivers. No, dude, this is it. And this is forcing teams to make moves, you know, and this is exactly what's happening. So I love it, man. I love it.
Yeah, I love that we did something. We got Javi Baez.
Yeah, that's a good move. I like that move for y'all. That's a good move. He's a good player, man.
Yeah, we didn't give up. He had a home run last night too in his debut. So a 2-run home run in our comeback win against Cincinnati, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, but yeah, we wish we had a little bit more pitching, but hopefully everybody comes back healthy in time for, the beginning of September. So because we still got, we do have starting pitching that's hurt. So we'll. But yeah, I was excited about that. Was there another baseball thing? No, I think that was it.
No. I want to move.
But the Cubs trading somebody to the White Sox. That was weird. They that reliever, the one that starts off Craig Kimbrell was traded from the Cubs to the White Sox. So even some intercity trades, and then let's go. Oh, we talked about the Guardians, right? Cincinnati.
Yeah, we talked about that last week.
Yeah, so yeah, we're good. I think that's all I got.
All right. What was I going to say? All right, so I want to move on to the NFL because we had a quarterback coming back and we had a quarterback leaving.
Let's talk about Carson Wentz leaving because
dude, I totally forgot about that.
Oh no, I thought because I really talk about people leaving. People are usually Carson Wentz.
Well, now let's talk about the quarterback that's come back, who strolled into work with a Kevin Malone office T-shirt on, which I love. Because he was referencing a certain episode that's like an iconic office episode when Kevin spills the chili all over the office floor. I love that. But anyway, Aaron Rodgers strolled back in town, and he came back guns a-blazing, man. And I'm not talking about throwing the football.
No, you're not talking about that gun. We're talking about the verbal.
Yeah, dude. Shots were fired, son. But I love it, yo. This dude came in here like, yeah, I'm the captain now. Yo, this dude,
I mean, the thing is, he didn't say anything that wasn't the truth,
dude. It was
he said how he felt, but it's not like again, the people who he cared about said, hey, me and my coach, we get along. I'm glad he's here. Now, one mentioned about the GM, except for no one consulted me. Da 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 da. So, of course, they traded for Randall Cobb. And the quote from the general manager was, yes, he's important to have for Aaron Rodgers, is what he said.
Yeah.
Not for the team.
Right.
He said for Aaron Rodgers. I'm like, somebody's feelings a little hurty-turty, huh?
But he's also trying to put it out there. But he's also trying to cover himself, too. He's putting it out there. Look, this wasn't my choice. So if this don't work out, just remember, this dude.
But that's not what you say. If nothing works out, you're the one that's not going to work out because you drafted a quarterback 2 years ago. That's on you. You know what I mean? So regardless of Randall Cobb works out or not, which I think is okay, but I'm just saying very important for Rodgers, that's still kind of shady.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, come on now.
So with all this in mind, where do you see this relationship going? Do you think that the Packers front office will bend the knee and let this guy have more say, and will they consult him, or are they just gonna let him do his thing this year and let him walk next year?
At the end of the season, it's gonna be the Green Bay Packers deciding on GM or quarterback. And to me, I really believe that. Now, if he goes out and they win the Super Bowl, it's gonna be quarterback.
Okay, and that brings me to my next question. Are the Packers now the favorites in the NFC to go to the Super Bowl?
No, they're not.
I totally disagree, dude. I think Yo, I think your boy
Yeah,
is back.
Cobb,
I think your boy is back, and yo,
better than ever.
yeah, like okay, think about it. Yo, they drafted Jordan Love. My man goes out and wins the MVP. So now I think he's like, you know what? This might be my last ride. You know, him and Devontae tweeted the last dance tweets on the same day or whatever. So I think if he believes this is his last ride with Green Bay, he's going to leave him with a great gift. And I think this dude is going to, not that he wouldn't before, but yo, I think this dude's going to go out, yo, get into the Super Bowl. I honestly believe that. Who's the favorite in the AFC if it's not the Packers? I mean, NFC if it's not the Packers.
I would think the defending Super Bowl champions.
Okay.
Because they're the defending Super Bowl champions. And then the Packers at Green Bay.
Yeah, a lot went right last year. It's hard. Normally I would agree, but it's hard to repeat, man.
Yeah, the thing is Green Bay, and you know how much everybody knows, watch the podcast, how much I love Aaron Rodgers. I love Aaron. Would love nothing more, but he lost to San Francisco. He lost at home to Tampa Bay. It's hard to, yes, go to 2 back-to-back Super Bowls, but I think it's even harder to go to 3 NFC championship games. And do I want him to do it? Yes. There's without a shadow of a doubt. But like you said, a lot of things still have to go right for that team to still be the dominant team, or like 12-4 or whatever they were. It's still difficult. Now that division is iffy at best as usual. They should be the best team in that conference. So that that should help them out. But it's to me it's tough. It's the NFC as usual is a clam bake. It's just who knows? I mean, Seattle's could get better. Just so many teams, have changed a lot. Dak comes back for the girls. Washington won the division. Did they get better? They got a good defense, but how much better are they going to get? Green Bay, Tampa. It's just so many different variables that come in. So, but it's going to be exciting. I'm really looking forward to the season.
Okay. So. All right. Well, we talk about a quarterback that came back. Let's talk about a quarterback that hasn't even started training camp. That's my quarterback, Hurt. Lamar Jackson. My quarterback.
My teammate. Yeah.
But unfortunately, Lamar Jackson tested positive for COVID-19. This is the second time in 7 to 8 months he's tested positive. Looks like he has not been vaccinated because he's been tested. Harbaugh said he had tested every day and was negative for 4 straight days or 5 straight days, something like that. So based on the rigid guidelines that the NFL has presented, it doesn't look like he's been vaccinated. Anyway, he has to be away from training camp for 10 days. So today will be the 5th day that he'll miss. My question to you is, will Lamar Jackson's absence hurt the Ravens?
I know they're missing a lot in training camp. There's a lot of I think he's going to miss like 8 practices or something. And
yeah,
I mean, this is going to send him back a little bit. Yeah, of course. Because he literally isn't doing anything. Sure, he's reading playbooks and all that good stuff, but you're not out there getting the rapport with your receivers and everybody. So is it going to hurt him in the long run? No. But is it going to set him back where he's going to be a little bit rusty until he gets in there and gets all the reps that other quarterbacks get? Yes, of course. But this isn't, to me, going to derail them as far as what their goals are towards the end of the season. You know what I mean? I just feel like he's just going to be rusty. You play him a little bit more in these other games. Just get him more reps. Get him more practice. You can still, because in some of these games, maybe he wouldn't play longer in game scrimmage 2 or preseason game 2. You know what I mean? But it's like, you know what? We need to keep you out there just to get that arm going, just to get that passes. That's fine, because coaches do that sometimes. When they're not happy with how the offense performed, they'll keep a team out there. Maybe you want to do that. I just don't think, it's weird because I feel from the stuff that you showed me and told me about how people have kind of like attacked this guy. and then this happened, and then I swear I saw something. I could not find it again, so I apologize. But I swear I saw something that said Lamar's decision making once again is bad as he gets COVID the second time or something like that. And I'm like, well, how do we know how he? I don't know. Me again. I could not find that article. I wanted to then send it to you, but I feel like the personal attacks are way more now than even his on the field attacks. I mean, as far as who he is as a football player, I feel like they're trying to go after him as a person, saying you're not qualified basically to be a quarterback because of the decisions you make on and off the field.
Yeah, well, I read that article. It was a Baltimore.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
By Mike Preston. He pretty much what he did is he's taken all these different things that Lamar has done in the past, and he's pretty much trying to make the point that he's immature and selfish when it comes to that he called him immature, that he's an overprotected kid because his inner circle. He has an inner circle that's in his ear. He's selfish because he didn't get vaccinated. Whatever, dude. I mean, the article makes some interesting points, but I'm not going to get into that. I mean, look, the dude's a grown man. He makes his own decisions, and he's got to live with the consequences of those decisions. Point blank. Hopefully, they don't affect the team greatly, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I'm disappointed. I mean, I'm really disappointed. I mean, at the end of the day, the Ravens will be okay. He went to OTAs with a lot of these rookies, so I mean, yeah, it's going to hurt, but I mean, he'll be there in enough time. I mean, by the time he comes back, it'll still be 40 days before the season. He'll be all right.
So that's good. Now, speaking of COVID, I'm going to not take long. It's going to be like 2 minutes, but I'm going to go off. So yesterday, the Washington football team added 2 more players on their COVID-19 list.
Mm-hmm.
And the Washington ranks next to last in terms of vaccination rate, having just climbed above 70% of players having at least one shot. The overall percentage of NFL is 89.4, but Washington's at 70.
And you would think, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go. What are you going to say?
I was just going to say, and you would think with their coach who
you would think with your coach who fought cancer last year to be with you, to help you, to guide you, to give you a division win, who fought every freaking day to be there, that you're selfish, stupid, ignorant, dumbass would go out there and get vaccinated just at least for him.
Right.
Just at least for him. You dumb, ignorant, stupid people.
It's just, dude. I can't. I can't.
I would run through a wall for that guy.
Right.
I'm like, well, but I want to protect him. I want to protect him. You stupid fools.
This is.
I was here, and because we're on this program, you have no idea where I was. You have no.
I'm just gonna refrain because this is a topic I'm pretty passionate about, and
he fought cancer. He's immune deficient. He's there for you, you knuckleheads.
Yeah,
man, that's so many words I want to use.
Yeah, I'll let you. I'm gonna refrain because we. Let's move on, Herb. Before let's move on. Real quick question: yes or no? Did the NBA draft happen this week?
Who?
Exactly, the NBA draft. Did that actually?
It happened because I remember the day of the draft.
Let me tell you. You text. I think you didn't. You send me you texted me. You said the NBA draft.
Yep.
I think that's all you said, and I was like, okay,
yeah.
And I think it comes on tonight. I was like, huh?
Yeah. And you were like, what do you mean? And I was like, it's tonight. You're like, huh? It's like a Scooby-Doo movie.
Yeah, dude, I seriously, honest to goodness, had no idea the NBA draft. None. Because normally, don't you see like commercials and stuff? Like I
I
don't.
really feel like there's a little bit more advertising when it comes to it, but I don't remember seeing any.
Yeah, dude. I don't remember any commercials. I don't remember anything.
Yeah, so I really don't know anyone in this draft. The one part I did see, and the cool part was the NBA drafting a player from Kentucky who unfortunately died in a car crash earlier last year.
Oh yeah,
It was a 19-year-old from Kentucky, and he invited his family. The stuff the NBA gets things so right, like all the time, most of the time, and just to draft a player, so he can get his name called and his family can be there, and his little brother was there.
wow.
It was so touching, and I really love when they do those.
But when was he drafted?
Say no. It says the NBA's just drafted him, like into the family. Not like
No. But I thought they did it. No, I get that, but I thought.
No, yeah, they did during the draft. Like at this time, the NBA would like to make a selection.
Got you. Okay,
Yeah.
I got you. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. So
that's terrible.
Experience, what he would have went through because it's just, a sad situation. You know what I mean?
That's cool. That's cool. That's so cool of them to do that, man.
Yeah. So that was rare. But other than that, I can't tell you who, what, where, when, and why.
Okay.
Or maybe it could be because I'm not into college basketball as much as I used to be. But I have so many different feelings on the draft and the next thing we're going to talk about,
which is
the trade.
Yes, and I need you to explain, like Denzel said in Philadelphia. Explain this to me like I'm a 5-year-old.
Okay.
Does the Russell Westbrook trade make sense for the Lakers?
No.
Why?
So, what? I'm not trying to. I don't like Russ. Like I really like. I think he's a good dude. I think he's a little misunderstood in some ways, but that dude to me gives 110% all the time.
Absolutely.
Like he plays horrible, but he's not the best at his position. His shot isn't the best in the game. He's good. I don't know what he's adding to the Lakers that's going to help the Lakers, because you're the Lakers, it's supposed to be winning championships, not going to the playoffs, right? Not like the Wizards. The Wizards just make the playoffs.
Right.
The Lakers is championships. It's chips. Adding Russ does not bring you closer to getting a chip. You need multiple players in order to improve that roster. Russ isn't it's not like they added KD. You know what I'm saying? Like you add KD. Oh, okay, well, to everybody, just go ahead, hand in all your cards. This is over with. You know what I mean? It's not like they added Giannis or something. So, Gracie, and that was as well, since Gracie's there, and then probably a joke that you tell your kids. This was a dog of a trade. I'll say that because Gracie's here. I don't get it. I told my boy, who's a Jordan fan like you and hates LeBron, and like most Jordan fans.
I don't hate LeBron.
I know you don't hate LeBron, but most Jordan fans do, because believe me, they still can't get over it. They'll still tweet, and I'll still go after them. But this is not helping my boy win a chip. It's not helping my boy. What I don't know what this is doing besides giving him a good player. It's because who's shooting on that team?
Yeah,
there's no Ray Allen. There's no. I mean, unless there's some in free agency I'm missing, and I don't know.
I think the Lakers traded the wrong player. I mean, they acquired the wrong player from the Wizards.
Yes.
I think if they had traded for Bradley Beal, which I would have hated, I would be like, okay, to me, he makes more sense.
But the Wizards didn't want to get rid of him.
Right. And he really wanted to stay. And I'm glad he's staying in Washington. Don't get me wrong. But I think, to me, that would have made more sense for the Wizards. I mean, for the Lakers.
I've been saying this since last year. What did I say? Bradley Beal is a Laker. It's over with.
Yeah.
Because that's the shooter you need. And Beal is an unselfish dude too.
Yeah.
And he would be out there, but he would get you buckets.
Yep.
So Bradley Beal, man, but Russ, I don't see it. I don't get it. I don't know if Rob Pelinka just trying to do something, but I feel like this is the wrong something.
Yeah. But we'll see, man.
I don't need to see nothing. It's not make them better. This doesn't make them better. Because again, that roster is full of holes, man.
Yeah.
They still don't have shooters. Think about it. I mean, not dissing KCP. They won a chip with him in the bubble, but I think that chip too was a culmination of everybody was healthy.
Yeah.
Everybody was healthy. So you're wide open to hit those shots too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this season wasn't the case. People weren't healthy. And KCP couldn't even get past like 10 points because he was doing too much. He was out of his element. So, but yeah, that is what it is, man. But that trade doesn't make sense, dude.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, maybe I'll be proven wrong, but I'm with you on this one. I just don't get it. But anyway, man, look, we gotta go over our top 4 movies. But before we do that, we touched on this last week. He-Man was dropped on Netflix.
I have the power.
Yeah, I think it was called Masters of the Universe Revelations, I think is what it was.
Revelations, yes.
Yeah, something like that.
Yep.
So, I haven't watched He-Man since, I was a kid, of course, but I was like, I want to check this out. I want to see what's going on, man. And the first episode, not only did they kill Skeletor, but they killed He-Man, dude.
Well, they died at the same time.
Right. But but they killed off those characters. So I'm like, wow, this is an interesting take. And I didn't think it was true until I watched the second episode. I was like, oh no, they're not bringing them back. They're not bringing these dudes back. I was like, okay. It was 5 episodes, which was just the amount of episodes. It was interesting. It was okay.
Mm-hmm.
But then we get to episode 5, and he killed He-Man again.
Well, they killed Adam.
Adam, I know, but
they didn't kill him. He's wounded, but yes.
They didn't kill this dude twice, Like
they wounded him. Well, he died the first time. Second time, he's wounded. But go ahead.
Yeah.
No spoiler, by the way.
Yeah. So my thing is, all right, I get it. You're trying to do something different. I get it. Shock value. All right, fine. First episode, whatever. But twice, come on. That's a little much. But hey, at least they brought Skeletor back.
Yeah, which is all I care about.
I know.
So what did you like? You said you liked something, you didn't like
something?
Something?
Yeah, so I had my two opinions on this one is the handling of Adam / He-Man was overkill. Pun intended.
Obviously. But he only died once, so I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, okay. And to me, I really like Oracle, I loved his story. I really like
really good job with Oracle.
Yeah, dude. Like he was my favorite character. One Taylor, it was him.
Yeah,
she was the
favorite character.
Yeah, but she was the focus.
Yeah, but
he was my favorite character.
Yeah, no, dude. You know what? And I'm glad you said that because I really overlooked that because I really did. Only because I know there's a part 2. If you were gonna tell me, it's like because again, out of everybody that and including maybe even your kids, I watch the most amount of cartoons. Anybody from Star Wars to Transformers to everything. I watch cartoons religiously. So it's a little bit different for me because when they started Voltron, like the first season of Voltron, they didn't get the Voltron to like not season 2, but they got the Voltron at the end of like the first season. And these were like 40-minute episodes. These weren't like 20, like this is 20 minutes. You can kind of roll through these. But this was like 40-minute episodes. I'm like, did they get the whole crew? Did they get Voltron? They didn't even find the Lions yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're just trying to get together first. So if this was just it, then I would be like, oh, come on, y'all. We gotta do better. But I know there's a second part. Yeah. I know there's a second part. And the thing is, you ended it with a cliffhanger of, who's going to stop the Master of the Universe Skeletor now, who's voiced by Mark Hamill, which is awesome that you have Skeletor voiced by Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's freaking great, man. I liked Evil Lynn.
Yeah, Evil Lynn was good, man.
Lynn had an issue with her hair color. But I just feel like people, again, no one has patience. But I also didn't want the same storyline of He-Man comes in, beats up everybody, and at the end of the day, we get a little thing where it's a message to the kids.
Right, because that happened like every episode.
Yeah. And I'm like, if I got that, I would have been, come on.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I don't need that. This is different. I know there's this part 2. I'll judge it off the part 2 a little bit more. But I actually liked it. I liked the characters. I liked the how they started. Them. The fact that actual violence. This Skeletor is a little bit mean. Hell, He-Man stabbed Skeletor.
Yeah.
Because he killed Mossman. Like, yo, dude incinerated Mossman.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this He-Man gets mad. The other He-Man never got mad.
Right.
Oh, no. What happened to Mossman? That's wrong, Skeletor. That's what we would have gotten. And then, Sorcerer would have put him in jail. I'll get you, He-Man. And he would have been like, well, kids,
Yeah.
But it was a whole different thing. Like, damn, Mossman got trashed. You know what I'm saying? And I liked it. But again, I like it because I know there's going to be a continuation.
Yeah. It was cool. Like I said, my main gripe was just like I said.
Yeah, and they have my favorite vehicles. I love the little spider vehicle thing that they had. That's my favorite He-Man vehicle ever. So that thing was awesome. And the fact that's like their main army vehicle just made me happy.
Okay.
Yeah, I liked it.
Cool.
But yeah, Orko was really good. So I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot. They made Orko because from the beginning, because he was doing little tricks and nothing goes right.
Right, of course.
With the magic losing, he looks all withered and stuff.
Yeah.
And then to the part where he's all like, "Don't worry, guys, I'm not afraid." I'm like, "What, man?
Yeah,
Man, Orko and them. We Trolls ain't scared. Shoot, you come after me, man. I got this Tron thing, pump. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, let's get to these movies.
All right, man. This is the part I've been waiting for her because our top 4 movies. These are movies
of all time.
Yeah, our top 4 movies of all time, man.
Which I don't remember. I only know number 1, so I don't remember 4, 3, or 2.
All right. All right. So I'm gonna have this was between the both of us, the 4th ranked movie on our list, and this movie I could talk about this for days.
Where was this ranked for you, and where was this ranked for me? You remember?
Oh, okay, yeah. So I'll have that. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I absolutely love this movie. When I talk about perfect movies, this is if it's not perfect, it's a 99. This, dude, I can go on and on. First of all, I was immediately bought in by the animation. The animation in this movie is top notch. They broke the mold. They did some cool things. To me, this is what a comic book movie is supposed to be like because it personifies a comic book. Like it pops off the screen. And they made this movie so that if you were to freeze frame and actually try this, if you were to freeze a frame, it looks like a page in a comic book.
It does.
And it freaking does. The soundtrack to this movie.
Oh, forget about it.
The story was real good. It's a different take on Spider-Man. There's humor, there's character development, there's awesome animation.
There's sadness, there's loss, there's everything.
Yeah, dude, this movie, and you want to know why it's number 5 on my list. Like, yeah, I mean, I love this. With you, I think it was 27.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was an average, so it averaged out to be 16. So it had the 4th highest ranking. I love this, and I'm just waiting. Like, I saw this movie in the movie theaters. It blew me away. I told everybody I know. I was like, and I saw this late in the game too.
Yeah, you told me about this movie, I think.
Yeah,
right?
I was like, please see this movie before it leaves, because I saw it right before it left theaters. Yeah. I saw it. I was like, I gotta see it again. I saw it by myself the first time because I just wanted to see it before it left. I told everybody I knew, y'all gotta see this before it leaves the big screen. So I took the family the next week and saw it as well because I wanted to see it on the big screen. I just want to see this thing on the big screen again. Dude, I can go on. This movie is freaking awesome.
Yeah, I love it. Like you said, the soundtrack, it has one of my favorite songs with Sway Lee and your boy Post Malone. But when you start off any cartoon with Biggie, I'm already hooked.
Yo,
I'm already hooked.
Dude, when they threw Biggie in there, I was like, "Oh, you got to be kidding me!"
I was done. But yeah,
man,
the coming of age of a hero, everything that just went on, man. It was such a good. You know, when he hugged his dad at the end, they were like, yeah. All right, have a good day. You know, it was him coming into his own and becoming Miles Morales. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it was so cool seeing all the different Spider-Mans and it was. I really do. And I love. But one of my favorite characters was what's his name? The bad guy.
Oh, the Prowler.
No, not him. The main bad guy.
Oh, Kingpin.
Like, because Kingpin, if you watch Daredevil on Netflix, that Kingpin was the best Kingpin of all time.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
And the second best one was this one.
Yo, this
one was there too. So I really like how they actually, because I feel like the Kingpin has been overlooked as a villain. The dude is a bad guy, like a real bad guy. So I really do like how they both and the other one, the one on Netflix focused on his family and how much he loved his family, and this one was about him getting his family back.
Yeah.
So it also but him destroying everything while trying to do it.
Yeah.
So I really did like how they did that as well.
Yeah. Awesome, man. I cannot wait.
Dust, and I can't find you.
All I'm saying is October 4th, 2022. That's all I'm counting down the days. That's all I'm saying. Next number 3. Gladiator, dude. I cannot
wait. Hold on. Some dirt. Memphis. Man. I'm a sucker for these type of period era things, and because Troy is one of my movies, but just the beginning fight scene, him and the dog, just like just want to go home. Joaquin Phoenix just playing this evil dude. His clothes, how he got screwed. It was in parts it was hard to watch. Just his kid getting trampled like that, dude, still plays in my head, man. I'm like, then him going back, seeing his family like that.
Yeah. And
it was tough. But dude, Gladiator, I did not know how many of these movies I would actually have Russell Crowe in. He's in a lot of these movies.
Yeah.
And I do really love Gladiator.
Yeah, when I think of Russell Crowe, this is the role I will forever remember him or think of him in. Is Maximus, yo. This is one of the great characters, movie characters of all time. Like you said, was general in the army, becomes a slave. The slave buys the emperor, and dude, Gladiator is so good. I remember going to the movie theaters and just watching this, and I felt like I was in ancient Rome, yo. I felt like when I was the cool thing about the movie is when you're actually watching the movie in the big screen, you feel like you're in the Coliseum. Like you feel like you're there watching what's going on, dude. And it's just, it's so good. The story is great. This character, Maximus, is great, man. And Gladiator I'm pretty sure it started this motif that you see all the time of Russell Crowe's hand in the grain, you know what I'm saying? Or like you said, picking up you see this in so many movies now. And Gladiator was the one that started that, man. But this movie is awesome. I love watching this movie. It is a little slow in parts, but
when it comes on, you gotta watch it. Like you gotta see what part that they're
in. And one thing I appreciate about Gladiator is that it's gory, but it could have been way gory than the way it's shot. It could have been way gorier than it was.
It could have been like 300, but it was.
Yeah. Because I don't like on-screen blood. Confession. I'm the guy that if there's on-screen blood, I turn away. I'm squeamish when it comes to that. But
that
but as violent as Gladiator was, it didn't get me squeamish like that because of the way they handled those scenes. So man, I love it, man. I love it. All right, man. The top two. Oh, and by the way, both of these, all three of these movies were ranked the same. They came to the same number. They averaged 16. But what broke the tie is where they came up highest on our list. So, all right, the top two, man, one of my all-time favorites, man. Lion King, dude. This is the 2004. I mean, the 1994 Lion King. This I love this movie. The characters. I think what does it for me the most though is the music.
Yes.
Dude, I know all these songs by heart. I told you the story where, in college I would play Circle of Life every morning to the point where my suite mates had to steal my cassette disc because I would play it every morning.
That would have been a little annoying as well. Yes, I get it.
They got on my nerves, dude.
But I'm sure when your kids were born, you did that scene.
Yeah. And I do it with Gracie all the time.
Yeah, and that's what they did to start Modern Family.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I mean, when you put one of the best movies of all time with one of the best shows of all time, and when Lily came home, you can't, dude, man. Listen, every song, every character. Matthew Broderick, everybody, even I remember Scar songs, you know what I mean? And just you had Cheech and you had Whoopi Goldberg as hyenas. You had an Ed. I mean, come on, right, Ed?
Dude,
it was so freaking. Well, you got no stinking snacks. There's quotes everywhere.
Yeah, quotes everywhere. Yeah. I mean,
when did this movie come out? 94?
1994. That was a golden year of movies, man.
It's 2021, and we can hope Hakuna Matata every day.
Yep.
But you still say Hakuna Matata.
Yeah.
It's, and you've gone to see the play, right?
Twice. It's awesome.
Twice.
You got to see the. You got to see the play.
Yeah. And you saw the live action one you saw too. I still haven't seen that one.
Yeah, I've seen the live action one.
Yeah, because I don't think anything beats this except for the play. I'm gonna go see the play.
I'm gonna tell you why the play is cool. The play is cool because you get to see how they bring to life this animated movie, and the way they do it is so cool. It's just like I'm amazed by. I love creative people, man, and the way they brought this cartoon to life, how they did it, like all the animals and stuff, is amazing, dude. It's amazing. The music in the music is it's so good.
Oh, even in this crazy. I never thought there'd be a point in time in my life where I preferred a version of a song over Elton John's version.
Yeah, right, dude.
I never want. It's so bad. Like when they play it, I'm like, that's not the song.
Right.
I don't want to hear that one. I need to hear the other one. Like that's the one that's not the Elton. I mean, I love Elton John. And it sounds great that he sings it, but it's not the same version that I want to hear.
Dude, you are
there's nothing, dude. This movie, James Earl Jones.
And you mentioned James Earl Jones. Good Lord, man.
And come on, it's such a good movie.
And plus, I remember being in the movie theater watching Lion King. Dude, I'm serious. When they killed Mufasa, like that was such a shock to me. I'm like, no, this like I still wasn't convinced. Dude, I wasn't convinced that he was dead, yo.
Yeah, Dad, wake up. Oh, look what you've done.
Dude, yo.
I mean, this and Jeremy Irons, man. Oh my God. Oh, look what you.
Yeah, man. Perfect.
You went far, far away. I mean, oh my God.
Oh, dude, I could go
kill him. Oh my dude.
Oh man. Now finally, yo, our favorite movie. Number one on the list.
Which is now not my favorite movie, which this is funny because they
Huh?
always this is not my favorite movie. No, you know this moved down on my list, but I think
but
where it ranked. But I mean, don't get me wrong, there's still love for this movie.
Yeah, Forrest Gump, yo, which came out the same year the Lion King did. The only thing I can say, well, not the only thing, but the one word when I have to describe this movie is magical, yo. When I think of this movie, I just think of, like I said, the ones that when I'm in the theater watching, dude, I got goosebumps watching this movie. Like I couldn't believe what I was watching. I was like,
it's so good. It starts out when he's a kid. You know, it starts out when he's a kid, and it just gets better as the movie goes along. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I said, I guess being so young too, right? Well, we were 17, 18, whatever. I think the only part where I had issues with was, boy, your mama loves your really cares about your education.
Yeah.
I had a hard time with that. I was like, wait, because the movie was just so innocent and like, you know, you can't sit here and like Sate's taken, and you felt bad until you can sit here, and then like, okay, it was so innocent and everything, and then that part was like, boy, is there a Mr. Gump? And then he just comes out. That part was so weird.
Yeah.
I was like, why is this in the movie? Like, that's the only issue I've ever had with that movie, honestly, because for some reason that part bothered me.
Oh.
Yeah, it just bothered me. But from everybody to Elvis coming over to him giving Elvis a move, every little part of this movie, it's just him and Jenny and everything. And then, of course, the part which makes me cry every single time. And when the birds come down and take Jenny away while he's sitting there talking to her, he's all sad. And you have little Forrest, and they're just sitting there. It's a sideways, putting their head the same way, and like, I love you too, Daddy. Done. They didn't even have kids, but that part was just like that part made me want to have a kid. So just like me too, Dad. Like, oh my god, just.
Oh man,
dude! And of course, the greatest actor to me of all time in the history of life, Tom Hanks. That dude could play a log, and it would be. I mean, he played Forrest Gump. He was in Philadelphia. All these movies, the captain, I'm the captain now, whatever. Sully Sullenberg, he played that. And he could go to host Saturday Night Live.
And be Stephen Pumpkins.
And then be on Jeopardy. And
Black Jeopardy, Black Jeopardy. Get it right.
Jeopardy.
With a Trump hat, with a MAGA hat.
Yes. Oh my God. And kill it. Like, that was so freaking hilarious, dude. So yeah, I love me. I love me some Tom Hanks. And this was epitome of how great he is.
Yeah, dude. This movie is just so good. The reason why this was number one, because I had it number 2 on my list. You had it number 16.
Yeah, which fallen a bit. As I've gotten older, I've kind of haven't gotten into it as much anymore. But because it meant so much to me during all those years, because we always talked about it, like Sacrifice Chocolate, him running, playing for Alabama, drinking all those Dr. Peppers, the ping pong, the Lieutenant Dan, Bubba Gump Shrimp, Bubba, everything. It's just that movie had. I mean, it literally. Movie had everything.
Yeah, man.
Sorry to ruin your Black Panther party. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
That movie had everything.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
by the way, don't Netflix. The movies that made us, they have Forrest Gump on there. I watched it. It's pretty good because the story about how this movie got made is unbelievable. But anyway.
Okay, cool. I'll go check it out.
Yeah.
Thank you everybody for tuning in. That was our next series of things we're going to count down to. We're going to come up with it and talk about our little things, and we'll talk about it next week and reveal it to you guys. But thank you guys for tuning in today. Watch the Olympics, NYMD podcast. We're here on StreamYard. Follow us, subscribe to us on YouTube, give us a like. We appreciate it. Also leave some comments. You can also find us on IG, Facebook, and the Twitter, especially a lot during the Olympics. As well, you could find us on StreamYard. I'm with StreamYard, but on Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify. Wherever you find podcasts, you will find NY the MD podcast. And everybody have a safe Sunday. We'll see you next week.
Peace out, y'all.